Chuck Miller, Kerrville Folk Festival. Let's go take a tour of the grounds and see what we can see. It is day 2 to the 2017 Kerrville Folk Festival. People are just pouring in right now. People are setting up their campsites. It's getting real exciting around here, so let's go check it out. Come on. All right, let's take a look here. This is Mixmaster. This is right as you come in the front gate. You can either go to the campground or you can go to the parking lot. We're gonna go to the parking lot. So you immediately come in and you go to the left. This is the ranch office over here to the right. Over here to the left is the festival office. There's our VIP check-in and our transportation area. If we look right here to the right, this is our staff central. This is where you come in if you're going to volunteer for the Kerrville Folk Festival. We have 1,100 volunteers usually over the 18 days of this festival. How's it going?
What's going on, my brothers?
So we're coming to the main parking lot. And if we continue straight, we would go to the parking. Let's go ahead and take a right and go over here to where the tickets are and the entrance to the theater. We have 2 theaters on the ranch. One is called the Kennedy Outdoor Theater, which we're approaching now. The other one's the Threadgill Outdoor Theater. Threadgill Memorial Theater. That's on the other side of the ranch. We'll see that in just a little bit. So when it's time for the concerts, this is the main entrance. From the parking lot, there is another entrance that we'll go to in the campgrounds. And this is where, so this opens at 6. The music starts at 7. You can get your tickets right here at Tickets. This area back here goes to Backstage. Since I have the credentials to do that, let's go Backstage and check it out. Actually, let's take a look at the stage real quick. Let's see, they've got this door closed, but maybe we can open it up anyway. Come on. It's got it locked. There's another way. Alright, just do a little gravity reverse here. Alright, so this is getting to the backstage. This is basically where all the staff comes and hangs out. So we've got our staff showers back here. We've got the green room back here. There's a bunkhouse here to the right. What's up, my friends? Sci-5. So here's one of the backstage bunkhouses. And now we are backstage at the theater. So let's go out onto the stage real quick. We're doing sound check, but you know, we've got credentials.
To that. I can't hear you, Max. I said I replaced instrument 1. I don't know. Don't go back to it. Cool. We'll just do that. Good.
I'm trying a 2-guitar song here and make sure nothing gets weird.
Alright, this is great. Alright, so this is the theater. As you can see, it's quite large. You can fit about 3,000 people here. And here's our pavilion where all the vendors are. Everything's closed down for right now. This will get opened up about 6 o'clock. And we've got a bunch more vendors over here selling jewelry and clothing and all the cool stuff. There's face painting, as you can see. There's all sorts of cool stuff back here. So this will be all full tonight. It's going to be great. Let's go check out the rest.
mess around, I know you know I feel confounded by a million things somebody thinks that I should. But you know I was distracted by the space that I have for what once meant so much. It seems so good. The days
Alright, so here's the staff kitchen right here. About 5 o'clock, this is going to be full of people getting ready to go to work for the evening. The theater's open until about midnight, so a lot of the volunteers are going to be back here, hanging out, getting to know each other, and having a big family dinner. It's great. Alright, this is the Rattleship, Texas. That's the name of my golf cart. So welcome aboard, and let's continue our tour. I want to thank my cameraman, Eric Overstreet, from High Singer Management, for shooting this video. Alright, so when you come to, when you come to the Kerrville Folk Festival, and you're on staff, you're allowed to come to Kerrville, and they'll give you a massage. So I think it's once every 3 days. I don't know. I don't remember the terms and conditions, but I know that if you're on staff, come on out to Kerrville and they'll help you out. So if we look a little bit farther to the right down there, we'll see there's another building. That's our electrical shack down there. But here again is the staff showers. There's bathrooms and showers here for people. There's some more on the other side of the ranch, as we'll find out in just a minute. So during the festival, there's a lot of people, as you can see, move in. They bring their campers in. In the off season, it's probably only about 12 people that live here. During the off season, this gate is usually open. This is called No Way Out. So we'll show you No Way Out when we come back to this in a minute. Here's Patty Joe. Hey Patty Joe, we're live on Facebook. Oh, look, it's Kerr traffic. I'll stay left. Seriously, I will. I'm gonna stay left. So as we saw, that big cart just came by. That'll help people get to and from the campgrounds to the main stage. Anybody with any physical needs, or they're just hot and just don't want to walk, take a ride on the courtesy cart. All right, we are checking into the campgrounds. This is, again, it's called Mixmaster. This is where you're going to go ahead and get your permit to get in, and you show your wristband to let you know, to let them know that you've already been here. All right, this is called Sunrise Strip. This is one of the main roads here that goes to the campground. I'm going to pull over and let this car go by us. So as we're starting to see a bunch of campsites. So actually what I think we should do is, there's a lot going on here. I'm going to take you back to right back behind the pavilion where we were, and then we'll move this way to show you the rest of the campground. So here's where our Lost and Found is here at this is called the Ranch Central. It's also known as the Pumpkin Shack because it used to be painted orange. If you lose anything or you need to ask somebody a question about how things work around here, that's a great place to go. It's usually some of the people that have been coming to this festival longer, so they're going to have all the answers. Here's a new stairway we just built. Help people go from the second level of the RV row down to this street. So So this is the way that you'd come if you're going to go at night to the theater and check out the music. You're going to come walk through here. And I mentioned there's a second gate into the theater area, and that's where this gate is right here. And this is golf cart parking where we are right now. And again, any mobility cart will drop you off right here and get you into the theater. So this gate opens at 6 o'clock, the music starts at 7. Alright, so this road will take us back down all the way to the campgrounds, and there's another road that'll do that. It's a little bit higher up here, so let's go check that out. I should show you where first aid is. It's located in the pavilion at the edge here. Hi, Mira. So this is the back of where all the food vendors are. Howdy. And this is where the ice machine is. It's inside, and then we store the ice out here. And this is where all the vendors come and load in, load out before the main stage performances. So first aid is located right here. This door will lead also into the front, into the theater area. So there's 2 ways to get to first aid if you need it. This little road right here is going to come join this road again, so we don't necessarily need to go up there. But there are tons of people parked all the way through here. So all the way back, all the way through here, there's people up in them hills camping. We'll get out and we'll take a look at it here in a second. So right now it's the middle of the afternoon. Everybody's kind of taking shade right now, so you're not seeing a lot of people hanging out. Some people will be hanging out in their camp or in their campsite. A lot of people like to go to the river or go into town and get something to eat, go shop. 18-day festival, you're going to find that you have a lot of needs, and you might not be quite prepared your first time out here, especially on day 2. So you might have to run into town to get something that you forgot, or as it happens a lot of times, you'll run out of something and you got to go into town. And we are located 9 miles south of Kerrville on Ranch Road 16, so the little trek into town's about 9 miles, so it really takes about 9 minutes. There's no traffic that you're going to deal with, so it's pretty easy to get into town. Now we're seeing some of the larger established camps. That's Camp Bungee. And, if we look back to here, let me back up just a little bit. There's going to be a big old party right back here behind us. You can see that big old tent. We're going to be setting that up a little bit later. It's called the Leopard Lounge. You can see the bar right there, the Leopard Bar. So they'll be setting that up later. That's going to be, it's always a good time up here. They bring in great musicians. Alright, so if we go to the left, we're going to if we go here to the left, we're basically going to run into the fence line. So let's look like this. Just beyond all these tents back over here is the fence line. And the fence line continues down. It's going to go down this way, so that's where the camping is limited to back here. This is a 50-acre ranch, and we use about 20 of the acres for the Kerrville Folk Festival and the Kerrville Fall Music Festival. This is called Security Camp. A bunch of security people like to camp up here. Up on the hill. Usually gets a nice breeze up here. And we're just going to point down the other RV road here. We don't necessarily need to drive down there, but if we do go down this road, that would take us back over to where the pavilion is and the theater. And the theater entrance. Alright, so we have a really cool place for kids here. It's called Kidsville. And we just put in this brand new sidewalk right here. So it's easy to get to Kidsville. And there they all are, having good times. Great place to hang out. Alright, lots to see here. Where we are right now, this is called the Vortex Hi, we're live on Facebook. So, this area is called the Vortex. Late at night, there'll be fire spinning here. There'll be a big old ring of people, musicians, onlookers. Great place to hang out. So we're going to take a look around here. We're going to take you to the Karcher Store and the bistro, the Big Easy Bistro we have on site this year. This is another cool place to hang out. We're just right back behind the buildings right now. We're going to come around front and show you what it looks like. So earlier when we were on Sunrise Strip, we were aiming down this way. So now here we are. So here's the Kerrville oven. And they make pizzas here late night. It's called the Leopard Oven. Runs on tips. And so basically free food late night. You come by and you get yourself a slice and hang out with all the cool people hanging out down here. And lots of music always happening. You can see this is kind of a place where everybody comes and gets their lunch. And, there's two stores right next to each other. I'm going to pull around and you can see them all. I'm going to pull over here. Lots of traffic right now. People are really pouring in today. Okay, so we've got a couple of things going on here. Let me get out of the way. All right, right here to the left, it's called Staff Records. So you can come and if you're a musician, you can sell your CDs there. Right next to Staff Records, there's a little stage that they have a lot of concerts going on there. And being live on Facebook, it's nice to be able to show you all the different things that we're doing here. So as you can see right through there, there's Pittsville again. And the bistro is to the left. To the right is the Karcher Store. That's where you can get ice, you can get drinks like tea, you can get beer, Cokes. As a volunteer, you get a discount on all that stuff. And you're issued ice tickets, so you get 2 bags of ice free every day that you work. So people come, and if you work for 3 days, then you get a day off. Hi. All right, here's some more stuff. Showers to the right, and these are called octagons. These are men's and women's restrooms that are the shape of an octagon to maximize the space. Howdy. Lots of places, little nooks and crannies to hang out. So we do have on-site food vendors during the day, other than the Karcher Store that we were just at. And so our friend Jason Hill has some great food here, his little deli. And then we have some great crepes going on in this one. Now we're just pulling over to the Threadgill Theater. We're going to be real quiet. We're going to pull forward and I'm going to back out just so I can show you what's going on over here. This is a covered stage.
Hi.
That we have.
I want to welcome you all to what I think is about the 18th Campus University Showcase at the Kerrville Folk Festival. We started some time ago with the University of Texas, and I think for 2 years it was just UT, and the 3rd year,
He's wearing that hat.
University of North Texas joined us, and the year after that, Texas State. And at various times we've had Rice, A&M, and Baylor participate, and Texas Tech. This year, Tech was participating, but both of the winners there had jobs, and it was a long drive, and so Tech is not represented. North Texas, the program director changed, and it seems that the program director who was there for 15 years, he put a lot of heart and soul into it, and so North Texas is not participating. But next year, we've had interest from some other schools. So this year, you're going to hear the best songwriters from UT and from Schreiner who are participating with us. We get submissions through the internet from this year about 50 campus songwriters, and from those the best are chosen, who do a showcase. And at the showcase, the showcase is judged. The top songwriters in the showcase then get to come play here for Kerrville. Of course, for me, it's one of the highlights of the festival, and I think of it as part of how we get the festival rolling, which of course completely ignores 5 sets played last night that were really quite excellent too. But thank you for being here. First up is Makayla Rubin. Makayla is a senior at UT studying international relations. She's from Georgetown. The first song she remembers performing was the Star Spangled Banner at a 4th of July celebration when she was 8 years old. So we'll get to see how she's developed her chops since then. Makayla will introduce her accompanist. Come on out, Makayla. Makayla Rubin.
How y'all doing today? My name is Makayla, and this is Will. He's going to be on guitar today, and we're students at UT. And this first song is called Behind Burdine, and I wrote it behind a building named Burdine at UT. So. Behind Burdine, I think you'll find a key to unlock tragic nights and holy signs and places we have been. Behind Burdine, look at the sky, so dark and gray and cold and fine. I should have been the one to let you in. Locked out in the rain, chasing and facing new faces, new names. All that I know is we act just the same, and I love all the ways that you talk, that you talk. Tell me again, darling, I'm sorry, you're such a sweet friend. I know how that kills me, I can't see the end, but I think without you I'd be lost. Behind Burdine, I can't disguise the ways I want to make you mine, but I know that she will always be in the way. Well, I guess that's fine, we've still got time for things to change, for us to try, and if she wants to go, I hope you'll stay. And the message you send says hallelujah, you're great just to mend, but I see right through you, we're rounding the bend and about to come back to a halt. That's not your fault, you're smoking again. Light it up, baby, you may be a trend, but I'll follow gladly, and for once I'll pretend that I can't see an end for us, oh, for us. For once I'll pretend that I can't see an end to this. This next song is called "This Summer I Was Almost Blonde," appropriately titled from last summer when, you can't see because my hair's up, but it's half brown and
Let's go
half blonde.
backstage.
And so last summer it just kind of exemplified like all the changes that was happening in my life. I was going to college, I was, as you hear in the song, 2 of the boys that I loved got engaged that summer, so it was just a lot of change, and once I got to UT, I wrote this song.
So here we are backstage at
A
Threadgill.
way of urging all
Everybody's
of
getting
you.
ready for their performance here. Let's check it out. Check out the green room. They've got that door locked right now. So there's a nice little place to hang out back here. You can see all the camping going on throughout here. We're gonna drive around, we're gonna go check it all out.
Things were dark and cold. So many stories left untold. I was 18 and I didn't know myself. That summer sky was high above. Watched every boy I ever loved, each get engaged to someone else.
How you doing? Alright, so here's the Red Gill bathrooms back here. There's showers in there as well. Alright, so now we're really heading into the campground. The thick of it. There's more showers here in the room. Alright, so we are approaching what is called the Crossroads. As you can see, we're about to cross traffic. Well, the Crossroads is a great place for people to come and hang out. If you look up here, there's a big old light on that light pole, so it lights up this whole area. So we're going to go to the left so we can take a look at what's going on this direction. I'm going to point you into the bathrooms again, and then if you look to the right, this is called the Meadow. We'll hit the lower Meadow in a minute, but as you can see, there's a lot of camping going on here. All of our friends are out having fun, doing stuff. Hi, y'all. We're live on Facebook. Say hello to the world.
I love you!
So, this road dead ends into the fence line. And we're just gonna come up here and take a quick look. I'll show you my camp. What we're headed to the end of this road, and at the end of the road it's called Energy Tree. An energy tree, energy camp energy. Howdy, Ben. Is one of the oldest camps at the Kerrville Folk Festival. We used to have 2 large trees, but then I think there's lightning or something got them. They're no longer with us. I'm just gonna pull over here and we're gonna walk through here and see what this is looking like. How you doing? So let's just walk right through here.
Jump in.
We're live on Facebook. So as you can kind of see, it gets kind of packed in here, and so we're just going to kind of weave through. I'm going to get back to where we were, but I'll just kind of show you how it gets all tight through here. Actually, why don't we go up to Chapel Hill too? Let's take a walk. Okay, so this is my camp right here, Yes Camp. It's a bus over here.
Okay.
Yes. This is called Pig Camp. How you doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
Good.
We may have a couple of
Alright, so where we are right now, this little road that we just walked over to is basically the road to Chapel Hill. I like to call it Chapel Hill Road, but it's called something else. Alright, and this is called Rebel Road right down here. And they have a little kitchen down there. It's usually a place to come and hang out, play some music. As you can see, there's just camping everywhere. Everybody's just chilling. So let's take the bridge, and we're gonna go over to where Chapel Hill is. Let me point out this little dried out creek right here. Well, there's a story about this creek. It's called Sudden Creek. and it is the source of many a story. Now, we might get a light rain and it's not going to run, but when we get enough rain, and if it gets enough rain that Sudden Creek is running, it's going to be awfully powerful. So throughout the rest of the campsites, you'll see that they're affected by Sudden Creek, and so you'll have lots of interesting things happen when people don't realize that they're camped on Sudden Creek, and all of a sudden they have water coming through their tent. It's pretty exciting. All right, so there's something going on up here. It's called balladry. Balladry happens every day for 2 hours. Basically, there's a host, and you come up here with your guitar, and it's an open mic night, really. You put your name in the hat, and if they pull your name out of the hat, you get to play. This is called Chapel Hill. Let's go check it out. Remember when we were talking earlier about we're driving through the campsite so we didn't see a bunch of people? Well, as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff going on. People congregate up here in the theater in the afternoon. There's always something to go and do. Lots of workshops and other things that happen during the week as well. So if you check that out at KerrvilleFolkFestival.org, it'll tell you more about it. Before we go down there, I just wanted to show you something. In the mornings, every morning at sunrise, everybody congregates in this area and to watch the sunrise right over this hill. So it's a big thing to do. You got to come check it out. There's a lot of people hanging out, laying around, playing guitar. And then what we're going to do right now is we're going to slide down here. We're going to check out what's happening at Balladry. This is great. That's nice. Still a lot more to see. A lot more campsites. Things are happening down here. People are out here for 18 days doing this. It's not just a weekend thing, it's 3 weekends. Let's cut through here and get back to my golf cart. Can't bite me. Howdy, Bill.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing great. As a volunteer, you get a Kerrville Folk Festival shirt. Actually, for every week you work, you get one. We're just taking a tour on Facebook. Tour on. No, live on Facebook. Hi, Carrie. There'll be some great music here tonight. That yellow bus always has good people sitting around playing. There's another cool camp right up there. It's called Camp Mama Tribe. Here's really another cool camp, Gopher Camp. Here's Camp Crispy. All right, so we're just driving into the Meadow here. Some really big established camps. Camp Inertia is right over here since 1986. And you know, this festival's been going on since 1972. Another really great camp, Latuna. They'll have great music over there tonight and some great food. Here's Camp Nashville. There used to be another one right down here called Nashville. And so his guy's name is Bill Nash, so he named it Camp Nashville. Awesome. Alright. And there's Billy Bear's van. He's got the bear hair. And then there's the chuck wagon. It's one of my other vehicles that I keep on this side of the ranch. Is my utility. So it's really kind of a satellite lounge, place to come and hang out. So this is called the Lower Crossroads. I know we talked about the other crossroads. This is the Lower Crossroads, and you see there's some more restrooms down here. Hi there. Now here's Camp Jerkwater. A bunch of jerks over here. Hey jerks!
Hey, jerks!
Hey, so we're live on Facebook.
Sweet.
This is the Great Trumpet. They camp here at Jerkwater.
What does the painting say? We chase down the day. Let's get to going where we've already been. Let's get to going, let's get to going, let's get to going where we've already been.
Oh, come on, hold it back here.
Slip me a key from beneath this door. I'm holding so much, but I can hold more. Not the muscle makes me strong. Sense of knowing where I belong. I'm getting to doing what I'm here to do. I'm getting to do what I'm here to do. Ba-da-ba-da, 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 ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
That was great. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys again later.
Sounds good. Have
Yeah,
a good
thank
time
you.
around.
Say goodbye to the world, or should I say, let's say hello to the golden trumpet. The great trumpet. They're big. Look at them. See, great trumpet. Great. Look how great they are. They've got the sign. Would you look at it?
Did you look at it? You seen it?
I'm seeing this. It's great.
How great it is?
Great trumpet, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys again later.
With us. Come out and be a trumpet.
Yes.
Here in Jerkway.
Hey, look, there's Jonathan Bird. How you doing? Great to see you again. We're live on Facebook. Say hello to the world.
All right. Hey, world.
All right, so I do want to take this time actually to thank Southern Star. Southern Star has been so kind to be our wonderful and generous sponsor. So every chance we get, we'd like to mention the Southern Star and put one in your hand, put one in your mouth. I'm not drinking and driving, so I'm just gonna hand that back over to this passerby here. Thank you. All right, let's take a look over here. Howdy, y'all. It's more camping going on back here. So all these cars don't have to pull out. They just come in and they've loaded in, and they get a parking permit. It's temporary, and then they have to unload and then take their stuff back out. Otherwise, they don't get their money back. And it's like 20 bucks. So we're at the end of the road. This road actually will go up to Chapel Hill, where we were earlier. And this camp right here is called, what does that say? Villovino? Camp Coral Villovino? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They got some really good people over here. One of those places you kind of need to be invited. Camp Coho. Coho, that's it. That's the one. That's the one. Look at this. This is great. Lower Meadow. And what I'd like to do right now is take you along Sudden Creek and show you where the campsites that are affected by Sudden Creek. Very interesting. Okay, so you can imagine a little trickle of water is one thing, but when you get a river flowing through this campsite, it does some major havoc. Right here is the very corner of the property, and the water runs out through here. So if this place gets washed out, tents and whatnot all come rushing through here. And back beyond this bus right here, it's been known that's the collection point for all the tents and the whatnot that gets washed down Sudden Creek. And we're gonna come to the actual end of Sudden Creek right here. You can kind of see that truck is parked in it, but that little divot just to the right of these trees right here is Sudden Creek. Again, not flowing until it really, really rains out here. But it is quite exciting when it does. You can see there's a temporary bridge that's crossing Sudden Creek. Somebody's prepared for the Sudden Creek. There's another bridge crossing Sudden Creek. This is our Vibe Tribe area. This is a cool place to come out and do cool stuff with your kids, or if you just want to be creative and whatnot. All right, so check this out. You can see that bridge right up there. Look at these campsites that are right here in the middle of Sudden Creek. So they're gonna set up their tent, and they don't know it yet, but if that starts flowing, so this is really cool. At Jerkwater, they're at the edge of the water. They're at the, the edge of Sudden Creek, the shores of Sudden Creek. So the cool thing is, they'll have jams where they're actually just like they are in their shorts like now, and they'll stand here in the water and have a concert. And then they have rides. They take people on rides up and down Sudden Creek and floats and whatnot and rafts. So really good time when it rains. You think, oh, I shouldn't go to the Kerrville Folk Festival, it rains. Oh man. I wouldn't do that. I'd come on out. A lot of fun. So let's take another last trip up the last RV row. Hey there, Phil. Say hello to the world. We're live on Facebook. Phil doesn't say much. So this big old camp right here to the right, it's a big old, you would think it's a 24-hour party camp. I guess only a 12-hour party camp, and that's not during the day. It's more like 7 to 7. So as you can see, everybody brings out all different styles of ways to live, whether it be a metal tent on wheels, like their car, setting up easy ups, bringing out their trailers, bringing out their RVs, campers. Now these spots right here, along this, you can see they're numbered. So you can actually rent these out and you can get power and you'll be set. This varies a little bit from the actual RV rows that we saw earlier. These will only just supply you with electricity. I don't believe these have water at all. So you can get water and full hookups at the other RV rows. Another big camp right through there. You see, it's just kind of... Howdy y'all, live on Facebook, say hello. Everybody's really friendly here. If you've never been to the Kerrville Folk Festival, hopefully this video has been kind of a eye-opener, like, wow, there's so much. Howdy y'all. Good to see you, Doc. All right, so we've kind of seen everything now. So let's go out, take one last trip down Sunrise Strip. We'll go out the exit and we'll say goodbye. Hey, Bruce. Howdy. There's that mobility cart. And again, more staff shower. Not staff shower, community showers. Howdy, David. Another one of the courtesy carts that's driving around saying hello to people.
What's going on?
Howdy. King's Wave. Yeah. This has been really nice to show you guys around. Show you all about the Kerrville Folk Festival, campgrounds and theaters. You get an opportunity, come on out to Kerrville. Kerrville is about an hour out west of San Antonio. And once you get to Kerrville, it's about 9 miles south of Kerrville on a place called Quiet Valley Ranch. Howdy, Peggy. Alright, so here's the exit. We're back to Mixmaster again. And the exit goes this way. So, well, let me just pull over here and say goodbye. As you can see, more people are starting to show up again to try and get their shift for work. So they got to come and check in and get their wristband and figure out where they're going to go, where they're going to work, what they're going to do. You can go to one of our websites that's for the volunteers. It's called kerrstaff.org, Kerr staff.org, and that'll get you the ability to sign up to be a volunteer out here. And like I was saying earlier, there's about 1,100 volunteers that come out here throughout the 18 days. So if you get the opportunity or the need, want, chance to come to Kerrville, then there's an opportunity to come to the festival for free by being a volunteer. So, well, again, I want to thank everybody for making this possible today. Let me get that. Oh, we got Southern Star Brewing Company out of Conroe, Texas. It's just north of Houston. We want to thank them for supplying the beer for some of this travel. We also want to thank Heisinger Management, Eric Overstreet for doing a great job over there on the camera. Also want to thank Brian, his business partner, and Heisinger Management for bringing out some great music here to the Kerrville Folk Festival. My name is Chuck Miller. I'm the creative director of the Kerrville Folk Festival, and we want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and we'll see you next time. All right, thanks.